And I think she would look mighty nice riding in her. Good morning, folks, and happy Wednesday. So sadly, we will not be going to get better today than we were yesterday. We have a whole bunch of errands and chores we got to do today, so it's a bummer, but it is stuff that has to get done. So since JB is home, we figured today is the best day to do it because we still have a month before the fight, and well, if we don't get it done today, we are never going to do it. So I guess let's go get this day started. Go get some breakfast in us. Go get some coffee in us and go knock out these errands and chores. Well, as we were cooking breakfast, JB goes, you know, we probably won't eat lunch today, so we could go get some Waffle House if you wanted to. And I was like, you know, that sounds like an amazing idea. Let's go get some freaking Waffle House. We are right at a month out from the fight, so this will be the last time I'll be able to eat the old awful waffle. So why freaking not? Why not? So we're gonna go get some awful waffle, folks. Well, we have made it to the Redneck Hibachi. Let's get in here, grub down, and then go get these errands knocked out. I just ate a disgustingly amount of food, and I'm not ashamed of myself, not one little bit. The weight will come off. It'll fall right off. It's one of those last huge meals before we eat like a bird. I mean, we've been eating like a bird, hence why we were able to go eat Waffle House today. But yeah, not disappointed in myself one little freaking bit. But I guess let's go get these chores started, JB's or errands started, whatever you want to call them. We got to run by JB's dad's place, go get all of her stuff out of her room. Then we got to come back home and do some things around the house. And then we got to go knock out some cardio. And then we got to go get the kids better today than they were yesterday. We got a whole day's worth of work. So this should be fun. You know, I forgot just how much shit JB has. She got more stuff than a freaking 80-year-old hoarder. Let me just tell you right now. It's going to be a fun time moving all of this. Well, we have gotten a truck loaded full of stuff, in which I bet JB never touches, but we got it for her. Now, I think we're going to stop and look at this Mustang. We saw a Mustang on the way here, I think it's a 65, maybe a 66, I have no idea. I didn't slow down enough to check it out, but JB wants to stop and check it out. Because it's white with white with pink with racing stripes, and it would go great with old blue. And then we've got to make it home and get a bed in a room, get pretty much a whole room cleaned out, set up, because my cousin is coming over next week for his spring break, so we got to get him a spot to stay. And then we got to go get the kids better today than they were yesterday. Plus we got to get a run in. And we got like 2.5 hours to do all this. We are most definitely running out of time, folks. Alrighty, we have made it over here to the Mustang. Well, let's go see how much they want. I'm betting they're wanting like $20,000 for it, but it doesn't hurt to ask. It looks pretty good too. And I think she would look mighty nice riding in her. Well, they wanted $30,000 for it. I figured, I mean, most people do want an exorbitant amount of money for it. They did just put a new rear end on it, new transmission, new motor. But at $30,000, I don't think they're coming down to like at 10 what I'd be willing to pay for it, because it does have a lot of interior work that needs to be done and a lot of body work that needs to be done. And it's not like Old Blue's body work. It's like The paint is bubbling up on it, and there's just more than what I would want to do with it. There's rust that is all over it, so yeah, probably not the best buy. But it looked pretty cool, and it would have looked nice with old blue. But we'll find something else. It was a 66, so not a 65. Won't go with old blue the way that I would want it to, but I mean, a 65 and a 66, that would be pretty dope. But not today, folks. With our no time to do all the activities that we need to do today, JB has decided she wanted to come by and say hey to her old teachers, because we are never on this side of town. So, I guess we're going to our old middle school to say what's up to some teachers. I bet I still hold the record here of most days in ISS in a school year. Like, goodness gracious. They should change their ISS room to Parker's ISS room. Alrighty, that was honestly pretty cool. One of our teachers made us get up in front of the class, and they were talking about mental health, and she was like, well, this is a perfect time for you to come in here and talk to these kids about mental health. And so I did, and then I ended up yapping for like 30 minutes, and let me tell you, folks, you know, like we were talking about yesterday, the future you can't hear, the past you can't hear, but you can hear the present. And I just wished I would have understood that a little bit better as a young middle schooler, because goodness gracious, did I give some teachers trouble, all because I was worried about my future, and anxiety built up. My mental health got crushed, and of course I had that one or two teachers in the school who always believed in me, always had faith in me, always knew that I could do more than what I thought I could do. And look at me now, I'm chasing my freaking dreams, chasing them with a passion. So it's pretty awesome, pretty amazing. Definitely reminds me of where I was and where I've came, and that is a success story in and of itself. Let me tell you right now, folks, like I said, I still hold the record of most days in ISS. Like I said, they should change that into the Parker's freaking room of trouble. I don't know, but we have about an hour and a half before we got to go get these kids better today than they were yesterday. So we're gonna make our way home, try to clean up our room in which our cousin's gonna stay in, and get as far as we can with that. Then we're gonna go get better today, or not us, but go get the kids better today than they were yesterday. And then we're gonna knock out a little bit of cardio. I'm gonna come back home and finish what we were supposed to be doing all day, in which we have yet to do any of that. But like I said, everything happens for a reason. The teacher in which told me, hey, will you come and talk to my class since you're here, was like, you know, I woke up this morning and I was just like, what else is there for me to do? I've taught for 20 plus years, and I just don't know what I'm doing anymore. Then you come in here with a great success story of just a smile and showing how far you've come since being here, and kind of rejuvenates me, kind of gives me that fire lit under me again to continue doing what I feel like I'm called to do. So thank you for coming in. And I was like, you're so welcome. Thank you for letting me come in. I just wanted to come by and say hey to y'all, but you kind of put me on the spot to give these kids a motivational speech. So we did just that. We yapped. Alrighty, we have made it home. Let's unload all this freaking BS we got in the freaking truck, and then go get these kids better today than they were yesterday. Holy cow, folks. This is going to be a lot of work. We ain't been up here in like 6 years. Well, we have removed all the boxes out of here, but we have ran out of time. Now, we have got to go get these kids better today than they were yesterday. So I guess we're gonna put a pause in it for now. Go get these kids better today than they were yesterday, and then go knock out a run and come back here to finish up all this. Well, we have made it to the park to get these kids better today than they were yesterday, but we screwed up. We're not on top of our game today. As we were leaving, we forgot our donations box, we forgot our snack bag, we forgot our waivers. Luckily, the park makes them sign a waiver before they sign up for our class, but I like to have a little added protection for myself, just because parents can be crazy sometimes, and kids aren't always predictable. But we worked on Kimura from a guard on Monday, so today we're going to be working on Kimuras from a mount position, and just let them know, hey, look, just like we did on Monday, a Kimura is the exact same way from the mount as it is from here. And then I think next Monday we'll show them that an Americana is the same way, but I don't really like doing an Americana from side control anymore, because honestly, you can just roll away from it. So let's get in here and get these kids better today than they were yesterday. Well, I would say that kids class went great, but I would be lying to you. Today definitely, I guess you could say, tested my patience. That's the only way to put it. Only way to put it. Tested my patience. Those kids were pushing every button they could. I was outside talking to a parent, and I had a kid in the room punching everybody. Why? And then this kid proceeded to, every time we would start to do the Kimura, since we were doing it from mount, would like belly flop on top of people. And then someone goes, hey bro, you belly flop on me, I'm gonna hit you. And then he busted out crying. Not to mention, he was like sprinting and like spearing people all day. And no amount of push-ups or burpees or telling him to sit out was working today. So I ended up having to take live time away, which sucks, because, well, I enjoy coaching through lives. That's like the best time of the day. But this kid would not let me. You know, I guess this is why we got into it, why we restarted the kids program. Because there are kids out there who need that guidance, who need that discipline, who need that toughness. Because, yeah, that's all I can really say, folks. Let's go knock out this run, go grab some dinner, and then get back to the house, finish cleaning up the room and setting it up so that our cousin can come by next week. Run complete. And you know, I'm still bummed out that the kids class was kind of we didn't get much done, let's put it that way. And honestly, there was a little bit of bickering going on in the room with each other, and that's just not what I wanted out of this. I was trying to build a community, not people arguing and fighting with each other. That's not at all what we want. We want people to want to come back, and if you have people who you're arguing with here, then you're not going to want to come back, you know what I mean? I want people to get along. I want people to want to learn jiu-jitsu. This is like the first time this has ever happened. Of course, I've had kids just not get the move that day, or just be bouncing off the walls. Of course, that'll happen. They're kids. But so much so that they're like, never had them bickering with each other, arguing with each other, fighting with each other like that. That one was a bit of a mind blower. But I mean, they are kids. At the end of the day, that's all I can really say. Like when I was running today, I was like, man, that really sucks. Like, I feel like I failed. But then I started thinking about it, and I was like, no, you didn't really fail. You showed up, you gave them everything you had. Of course, if they didn't want to take it in, they're kids. Kids are they're unpredictable. That's all I can really say. They're very unpredictable. So, JB didn't get anything for dinner tonight for us to cook, so I have no idea what we're going to be doing, but I guess let's go find something to eat so that we can get back home, finish organizing that room, getting it together, and call it a night, folks. You know, I will say though, not knocking my run out in the morning and having to knock it out later in the day, it makes me feel like freaking boo-boo all day, like just like groggy, lacking energy. Now I'm feeling pretty good, but it took me so long to get warm. Like, when I get my runs going in the morning, it does not take this long. But then again, I guess it's because you're at the end of the day with the least amount of energy. That's why I always suggest people going and getting their workout in first thing in the morning when you have the most amount of energy, because then it just, you can get more tired than you already were in the morning, and honestly, it kind of warms you up for the whole entire day. So yeah, with that being said, let's go find something to eat. Alright, we have made it to somewhere to grab us a quick bite to eat as quickly as we can, because we are running out of daylight to be able to move all the things inside that we need to move inside, clean the floors up there, and then reorganize. I forgot about that part. So let's go grab down as quickly as we can. Dinner was nice, quick, and efficient, but there is a bus of high school kids in there, and I don't remember me being that weird in high school. I'm just saying. I don't remember me being that weird. There was kids who were at least 10th, 11th grade carrying around a stuffed animal. Like, bro, why you got a stuffed animal in your book bag? I'm so confused. And it wasn't just one of them carrying stuffed animals. It was like multiple of them. And it wasn't like the cool little stuffed animals that you keep on your book bag. It was like a full-fledged like plushie they were carrying around. Like, they were like if they needed to take a nap on the bus, they had their berry there to cuddle with. And these are gonna be the kids who are like presidents when we're like 80 years old. Maybe none of those kids, but the ones of their age group, we may be screwed, folks. But I guess let's get home and get as much more of getting this room ready done as we can. Well, we have made it home. Let's get inside and vacuum up upstairs. Try to clean the carpet up as much as we can. Try to get the bed moved in there. I don't know if we're gonna have time to do it, but we're gonna try to. And try is all that we can do. Alrighty, we have gotten the room vacuumed. I guess now let's see how much stuff we can get moved in here. Almost done, folks. Just a mattress to go. Here we freaking go, baby. Fits like a puzzle. Like dum-dums, we forgot the wooden spigots that go this way. So, I guess let's go grab those. I guess let's grab these wooden poles and call it a night, folks. I think that's all that we're gonna get done today. Well, after being a bunch of dum-dums, we got the bed and the bed frame put together. Now we just need to bring in a few, I guess, nightstands to lay a TV on and to put some stuff on, and then we got a bedroom pretty much set up. Well, now that we have gotten that done, I guess let's get our butts inside, shower up, and call it a night. And maybe catch a few doves on some Fortnite. Except we were banned on TikTok yesterday, so I guess the YouTube streaming it is. But folks, you know, I guess the thing that we learned today is, one, everything happens for a reason. For example, why would we have been in the local area, stopped by the school, on a day that a teacher who poured out their heart and soul to me, who honestly is kind of one of the reasons why I am who I am today, as in chasing my dreams and passions and trying to be the best version of myself that I can possibly be, why would they have woken up this morning? And like, when I tell you this teacher is like one of the most passionate teachers ever, never could you have ever seen her questioning, well, what's the next move? What is there to do next in the life of a middle school teacher? Never. But then one of her success stories walks through the door and then reminds her of why she's doing this. It's to save kids like me. Is to get kids to love exercise, love their health, love themselves, push themselves as much as they possibly can. And then, not to mention, you also, you know, you never know who you may help. Like, someone you would have never thought you were helping, you helped. And I'm using that teacher as an example, again, because never in a million years would I have thought that I was helping that teacher out, like by coming in there and saying, hey, I thought it was just I'm gonna go say what's up to some of the teachers who gave it all to me. I mean, literally all. I mean, when I tell you, I have the ISS freaking record in that dang school. You're in school for 180 days. I was in ISS one time for like 130 something days. One school year, not one time, but one school year. I was in ISS for like 130 something days. So, not in a million years would I have thought I was helping that teacher out by coming in and saying what's up. But being reminded of why you got into something by someone who is a success of your program reminds you. It reminds you, folks. It really does. It also, today, reminded me, going into that school, of why I'm doing what I'm doing. Goodness, middle school is one of the hardest times of my life. Literally the hardest time of my life. Going into my 7th grade year, 2 weeks into my 6th grade summer, is when my brother died. And that was the hardest time of my life. I cannot lie to y'all. I was confused. Not only because I'm going into middle school, so you're confused about that, but I had to learn what death was at a very early age of someone who still means a lot to me. And I had to navigate through that at a time where most kids are just navigating through getting hormones in their body, peer pressure, temptation. But I had to navigate through all that, plus navigating through death. And then we go to class today, we go to the middle school today, and we're reminded about all the past trauma that we had, all the past, I hate to use the word trauma, but that's what it is. I mean, the death of a brother is trauma. But we were reminded of every little bit of it today. Then we got to pass on some of our knowledge to those kids. And then when we went to go teach our kids today, some of those kids, we got to hear some of their stories. I'm not going to get too into details, but some of them have it even harder than what I had it, and they had to figure it out at an even earlier age than I had to figure it out. But that's what JB's here for. She had to figure out death at the ripe age of 3 years old. So, you know, folks, you never know what or who you may make a difference to by putting a smile on your face and trying to be the best you can be. So, you know, even though we didn't go to get better today than we were yesterday, I think that we did get better. We did. How? It reminded us of why we're doing this, why we're fighting. For that young little boy who would think that we're the coolest guy ever right now. For all those kids who look up to me. For that group of middle school kids who I had a little lecture for today. For all the ones who are struggling with mental health. That's why we're doing what we're doing. For those teachers who poured out their heart and soul for us. That's why we're doing what we're doing. You never know who you may help. Never know. Always wake up every day trying to be present. Because the past, you can't hear it. That's why we had to walk through it today. The future, we don't know it. That's why we must be present, so that the future can be bright. So, I guess, folks, let's get inside, call it a night, clean up, maybe play some Fortnite. Good night, folks, and BillyGoat loves you.